Yo, so check this out. There are no black people or minorities at all in the other dimension where Peacemaker is hanging out in season 2 of Peacemaker. Welcome to the Super Real. My name is Zach, and this top lad, this officially licensed piece of DC merch is Eagly. Say hi to the people, Eagly. And this is my theater room. So thank you for joining me in my theater room. This is where all the magic happens. This is where all the videos take place if this is your first time to the Super Real. And if you aren't a subscriber, hit that subscribe button because we are the fastest growing channel in this comic book space that actually shows their face on camera. So hit that subscribe button. This is the best account under 1,000 subs. So getting right into it, let's start with season 1. The idea of racism was huge in season 1. The theme of racism was pervasive throughout the entire season.
Peacemaker!
Yes.
You're that racist superhero!
No.
Peacemaker claims he's not racist, and I believe him, but we all know how bad his dad was. We all know his dad was a racist POS.
Your dad's pretty brainy for a racist to make a place like this. And if your dad's a racist and you work with him,
I don't work with him. He makes me stuff.
If it walks like a duck?
Like many of you, I'm on the internet all the time, but unlike many of you, I actually have a camera and I post videos. So listen closely to what I'm about to lay down for you guys. So the online community thinks that Peacemaker may actually be on Earthx, which is an Earth where the Nazi Party won World War II, and so their ideology is the dominant ideology. On Earthx, the Nazi Party developed some type of mind control technology, which made winning the war very easy, but some individuals were immune to the mind control technology, so that may be this Sons of Liberty group. And we know since the events of the Suicide Squad movie that Peacemaker can actually take out good guys without knowing it. We see him do that with Idris Elba's character in Corto Maltese. So it wouldn't be the first time that he accidentally took out the good guys instead of taking out the bad guys like he believes.
Soria, she's the leader of the freedom fighters, the resistance trying to take down the current government. They saved my life.
Why did my people not alert me of your arrival?
We didn't see any people. I didn't see anybody on the way.
So let's look at all the red flags in this new dimension. So check this out. In our reality, Peacemaker starts off in jail because of how he delivers justice. Peacemaker kills people, right? But in this reality, it seems like they're famous for killing people. When Keith came through and took out that helicopter, they're getting cheers, they're getting claps and everything like that. It seems like the people on that Earth are okay with their heroes delivering this type of justice that, you know, is essentially murder. We know it's frowned upon in our normal reality because we hear it said by Green Lantern in the interview Peacemaker gives the Justice Gang.
Not just with firearms, with any weapon, really.
He murders people. Write that down.
Also, there is no Eagly in the other dimension. The other Peacemaker did not have an Eagly, and we know that the eagle is a symbol of the American culture and freedom. And also notice within episode 3, Economos asks, in what country are you allowed to kill an eagle? When referring to Red St. Wild's character.
Ain't no one kills an eagle more good than me.
Yeah, that's nothing to be proud of. In what fucking country is hunting eagles even allowed?
Also notice there is no Department of Housing and Urban Development. There is only Housing and Development. It was pointed out by Peacemaker when he says housing and development, and at first glance you're thinking, okay, well, he just thinks it's weird that the Sons of Liberty bombed the US Department of Housing and Development, but he may think it's weird because there is no housing of urban development, because in our reality it's the US Department of Housing and Urban Development, but in this reality there is no urban. So where is the urban? Something is really off here. Another obvious red flag is how often he keeps talking about how great this dimension is. It's clearly gonna be a catch-22. It's clearly gonna be a twist involved with this. If you watched any movie or TV show, you know anytime a character says something like that, there's going to be a twist. The Kardashians don't exist or aren't popular in this reality either. That may not be a red flag for some of you, but in a Nazi-run government, the Kardashians wouldn't be popular or idolized how they are in our reality. Another red flag is a lack of presence from his dad. Physically, I mean like the actor, the lack of presence. Season 1 ended with us seeing Peacemaker, seeing his dad's ghost, and James Gunn has yet to pay that off. Do not forget, James Gunn has yet to pay that off, and we all know how bad his dad was. This is all leading up to the big reveal that Peacemaker is probably living on Earthx. We only saw his good dad on episode 1 of this new season, but yet we have not seen him since. And I think that is very intentional by James Gunn, because when you see his real dad, you start to think, oh, let me listen to his rhetoric. Let me listen to his words. Is he really good or is he still a racist? And once you start thinking about those things, it may tip you off to, wait a minute, there are no minorities or black people at all in this reality. James Gunn doesn't want to give away the twist this early, but I do think that is the twist. It would also explain why his dad is so happy in this reality, because what does he have to be angry about? The world is already how he wants it, dominated by the white culture, right? His dad's presence is felt. You see the big mural in episode 3, and when he's having his conversation with Keith at the end of the episode, you see the dad's mask or his helmet in the background. So the presence is felt, so you're still thinking about it, but you don't see him, and I think that is very intentional by James Gunn. Also, there are no minorities, no black people to speak of in that other dimension, and honestly, I didn't even notice it the first time around. I watched this episode 3 times, and I didn't even notice it, but once it was pointed out to me, you can't unsee it. There are no minorities, no black people. I challenge you to find me one in that other dimension. You back there. You find one in that other dimension and you send it to me. There are none, I promise you. That is a huge red flag. What I think is gonna happen is he's gonna go back to his normal reality, which we see him do at the end of the episode. He's gonna eventually tell Adebayo about how great this other reality is. She's gonna tell him the grass isn't always greener, but she may be like, okay, well, if it's so great, what am I doing? How is my life better? And then Peacemaker's gonna be like, well, you know what? Actually, I don't know how your life is better because I haven't seen you over there. And then I may tip him off to where like, he's thinking, I haven't seen any black people or any minorities. I think it's gonna be some kind of twist like that. This is just the perfect opportunity for James Gunn to be wagging his finger in everyone's face like, look how racist you are. You didn't even notice there were no black people in this dimension. Seems like a classic James Gunn thing to do. So what are your thoughts? Does this theory make any sense to you? Once it was pointed out to me, it seems to make a lot of sense to me, but what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've stayed this far, Eagly and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. We are the fastest growing channel, I believe, who actually show their face on camera. So please join before we take off. Go watch my Peacemaker videos. And as always, thank you for inviting me into your home and thank you for joining me in mine. I will see you guys in the next video.